See.
All right. Well, welcome, welcome. We are here this morning with Grandmother Suzanne, who's been holding the form of the Global Grandmothers Council Network since 2019 and really put out the vision and strength for the organization. And Michele, who has just activated the organization in a way that's really precious. And I would just like for each of you to share a moment of what this change and growth has meant to you and how you feel about it right now. So, Suzanne, would you like to begin?
Well, on this August 4th, I'm here to stand for the holiest of the holies. I know that I've been told I'm of this time. I'm sure that I'm here only as a mouthpiece for the holiest of the holiest. And it is my honor in life to meet sojourners, wayshowers, light messengers who are encoded with the same information. And we are spontaneously joining together right now. And Michele was one who heard the call, requested from me the possibility of doing a global big healing project. And her immediate showering of abundance of enthusiasm came simultaneously as the solar eclipse in which I feel we were all graced, and the immediacy with which Mayana showed up and held the form. We were all singing to the choir. So I pray that my great teacher, White Buffalo Calf Woman, she taught multitudes about how to be a woman and how to be a man. And her secret teachings were to the women. And one of the most important teachings is to never betray those we call sisters, those that we stand beside. So the changes I see right now, it is divine grace. It has nothing to do with Suzanne Lewis. It has everything to do with those who are singing in the choir. And the Rainbow Warriors are happening. I love the warrioresses that can do and will do. And I respect Michele for requesting proof of authenticity. It's one of the biggest cries I've had in my lifetime is, who's going to validate me? Who's out there that's going to say she's real? And so I see everything as unfolding with beauty and grace and kindness, and that's all I have time for.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Michele?
Yeah. I'll second exactly. I'm right behind Suzanne. I'd also like to give a deep nod to another elder that I reached out to, Robin Youngblood, when I was coming in on those first few days. And she also has had a beautiful, and continues with her beautiful journey, and has been through some big transitions and is healing now, and has had a bypass, as you probably and yeah, and moved across country as well. But I reached out to thank her the other day to say that she and you were the two that welcomed me in and made me feel comfortable and aligned with you. And it was that alignment that allowed me to pour out the love that has been poured upon me from my ancestral lineage, namely in this case, the Irish and the Tongan grandmothers of my line. And I just speak to them. I'm simply a conduit. I have no idea. I can't tell you how or why. I just know that the dreams of their visits are witnessed by Charles Collins in St. Just in Cornwall in England, who is a dear friend of the families, of my families, and also has been in politics and also has a strong faith and a very pure, beautiful man. And it's an honor and a privilege to be here today and to be validated, as you say, Suzanne, and to be recognized for that energy that we wanted always to be, that conduit, I guess. Always hoping that somehow we would arrive somewhere, and here we are today. What is it? I don't know. Mayana can give us the figures. I don't know. I continue on my journey, and doors are opening up to gather the cultures of my ancestors in the Pacific Islands, namely the songs and poems and the dances, the history pre-colonization that we have to hold on to and gather, and that is my next encounter that I will hopefully be able to breathe life into, as I am apparently called to be the one with the rainbow canoe, and connecting Hawaii and Tonga, the Samoa and Tahiti, which is where my grandparents, my grandfathers and grandmothers traveled as stargazers and navigators on the Pacific, and it's a great privilege to be seen and heard, and to be validating their story. And I am very excited to be alive right now and to be called. It's so humbling and so gratifying. And I love you all so much for seeing that and for open-hearted gifts that you bring. And Mayana was a very special gift that, as we know, that some of us know, I was woken up to reach out to find her. And she's been steadfast and holding on to the body that is in every day growing beyond belief. I think it's 46 countries I counted up today. That's 25% of the globe. It's amazing. It's appalling, a massive change. And I continue to do my grandmother's work, take the world by the throat and shake it, is what she asked me to do. So I'm just doing what my grandma asked me to do. But thank you for that opportunity, and I will continue to walk by your side and see how things unfold as we all continue with what we're called to do in this amazing time. Thank you.
Thank you, Michele. I'm going to share my screen right now, and This is the certificate that we are presenting to Michele for her service. So this is our first certificate of service that we're offering, and because Michele we're calling her the GrandSister and Midwife Catalyst because she was catalyzing the birth of this organization we're nearly 50,000 today, I believe, pretty close to that. And so this certificate of service is presented to Michele, Margaret, Juliet, with deep respect and gratitude for your service in responding to the call from spirit grandmothers and taking right action that propelled the Global Grandmothers Council Network into bloom. We bestow upon you the title of GrandSister and Midwife Catalyst. And there's a quote from Grandmother Suzanne here. Deep gratitude to Michele for being a messenger, announcing the grandmothers and ancestors' call to unify, to have a voice, to stand together and initiate Global Grandmothers Council Network. So thank you, Michele, for listening in the middle of the night and reaching out to me as you were guided by Spirit to find me. We didn't know each other before. And I didn't know Grandmother Suzanne before. We have much in common and many community friends in the same location, but I did not know her. And I'm so grateful for the privilege of being invited, that you invited me to meet Grandmother Suzanne to come into this. It's just, we've come a long way in a short period of time. And I'm just grateful to you both. And we are all connected through the electromagnetic field, and we support one another and we lift one another in this work that we have done. And this is really signaling a closing of one part of our work together. And yet that work ripples and ripples and ripples. And it's just an honor to be here this moment.
One thing that's come very clear to me is if I step back before April, when I started meeting you two, I continue to vow to keep Facebook Global Grandmothers Council Network alive and vital. As you know, I'm the editor, and I love that there's going to be a website, but I am not leaving the presence and the integrity and the information. Just in the last couple days, the quality of input has raised so high. It's just, I've got goosebumps on goosebumps. So I just want to announce that to you, Mayana. That baby on Facebook is my sacred grove, and that's my number one priority. I'm not going to abandon it.
That's beautiful. I have, we've been going through all of these administrative challenges with the behind the scenes, and yet when we went into the Moon Lodge and on the first, and in this space where women, I was not raised with any, my mother handed me a Kotex book to tell me about a woman's moon. I didn't know anything. And this is a time when all women gathered together, and the young girls would listen to the elders, and the births would happen too sometimes in these moon lodges. And the women were bonded in a deep way that has been broken and separated. And while I've never ever before been called to do women's groups without men in them, which is what we're being asked to do here now, I'm valuing the power of the Moon Lodge and how it's so important that we come back together. And
I love that.
Just, yeah. So for those who are watching the video, make sure you check out Seeding the Mycelium, which is the closing of our Moon Lodge time. We have 8 events on 8/8/2024, which is another 8. So we're going to have some seeding the mycelium, where we put our dreams and our visions into the field and let them grow. There won't be any challenges or concerns spoken about. It's just our dreams and visions and hopes for the future that will really provide the stability for us as we move into this next phase of the website.
Yeah.
It's important to also share that with the teachings of White Buffalo Calf Woman, where the elder brother is considered the Christ consciousness and the elder sister is White Buffalo Calf Woman, she impressed next upon the community rites of passage. So we have the Moon Lodge, which I'm glad that you're drawing attention to, but there are rites of passages all around the wheel. And that's one of the things I'm hearing developing for the network is like a clan memory, kin memory, and doing a sacred ceremony. We're doing a sacred ceremony here this morning.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. I totally with you both on that. And that to sanctify and to hold sacred spaces, not only geographic, but in our hearts and in our beings, and to create those sacred spaces for the communities as we continue to expand, and the giving life now to this new forum. And as it continues to breathe in and out, we too will move forward in and out and get more inspiration and expand further until we are embodying the goddess within us and in every woman, which is our right and our seed. And that's why we carry the generational seed. We carry our grandchildren in our womb. That is a fact. And this is a sacred stance that we are now all beginning to feel, nurture, and grow. And I absolutely agree with Suzanne that is intrinsic for all of the cultures to reach in. And my next thing is going to be I think I shared with you, Maya, the mother tongue and the language and the songs that the mother has imbued in us, and collate those beautiful memories and feel that energy and the gift and the healing that brings our spirit and our souls, and learn them and relearn them and re-educate ourselves with that. I think it's beautiful. So beautiful.
So yes. And I want to, just for a moment, while we're speaking of these things, I want to appreciate bringing in the Christ consciousness and White Buffalo Woman, and having been one of those who was raised in the fundamentalist Christianity, I want to bring attention to the fact that the Jewish women had their own teachings that weren't part of what's in the Torah and the Bible. They had their own wisdom that has been set aside in Christianity and not been honored. There isn't yes, the Catholic Church says you can honor Mary, but there has not been the teachings of the feminine principle that are really vital to us as women to be able to raise our children and nurture our communities in a good way. And I'm just grateful that I did learn about those Gnostics and Mary Magdalene and the truth about the soul of the Christ consciousness and that energy that fills us all with loving care.
And thus, Suzanne is working on Holy Woman Reclaiming the Feminine Faces of God. I tell you, it's such an exciting liberation that's coming through.
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to read that. And so,
well, if we could let's get B2, but all my focus has been on global grandmothers, but it is essential. There is enough time.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Energy. So, thank you. I'm going to just share this screen one more time so everyone can see this certificate before we go, and just really appreciating that this is the first certificate, and there will be many, many different kinds of certificates and honorings and ways that we find to honor one another and others who come to learn, so we can begin a process. And as we move to our website, it'll be more clear. And it's just really exciting to be here in a place where we can really respect and honor one another.
So you're going to put this on Facebook? You're going to
yes, of course. Yes, of course we are. This is absolutely beautiful. It's such a beautiful certificate. I'm going to print that off at my end. And then, when we have a Zoom and it's something, well, I've got a Zoom, I think, on the 8th. We've got one at 8 a.m. here in Melbourne on the 8th. I will hopefully have that. Well, I will have that printed off and it'll be behind me. So it will be in a place of honor forever, not only in my heart, but in my home. And I have an Aboriginal painting. I don't know if you can see it behind me there. Can you see that?
Yes. Yes, we can see it.
So that's the snake bean seed. And I just love that this is so, and the 4, beautiful. I just love it. I'm just so thankful that a dream and an idea and a passion that made me change my life and heal and got me up out of bed has seeded. And I'm just so grateful to see the garden flourishing. And there's so many more gardens and seeds to plant. Let's do this. Let's keep going. Let's keep this momentum and pray that, as Suzanne said, there is time. We have time. We will see this develop further. And so thank you.
As we close, I just want to give great gratitude to the grandmothers on both sides of the veil who are holding open the portal for this transformation for humanity's consciousness, so that they are holding that portal that we can move through as a species and as a planet to a higher way of being.
And yes, thank you so much. And if I could just say again, I really think it's wonderful to listen to not only ourselves, but to others. Like when Charles rang me and said, are you okay? Like I had a message that you weren't okay. You might think I'm mad. Remember just to take a step back and listen. And as I did, and look at the blessings that crazy phone call gave me. Charles sends us all his love. He's very, very thankful to see me smiling and a liberated, stargazing navigator of the oceans again, and that he's reconnected me to my I was lost. Here I am, found amongst sisters that are also seeking and finding. As I am here 24/7, you all know that. Please reach out to me if I can be of any guidance at any time for anything on this journey, for things on this journey, then I would be delighted to walk alongside you for a little moment. Yeah. Thank you. I'm always here for you, Mariana. Suzanne, I can't wait to meet with you when I get my American citizenship and come and see your beautiful live garden.
Oh, much love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to
I think
close.
she's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.